Rita's heart raced as she sat on her bed, trembling. Moments ago, she had seen her baby Kamsi crawling on the ceiling. When she blinked, he was back in his crib, sound asleep. The faint hum of the ceiling fan filled the room, but the silence felt oppressive. This wasn't the first strange thing Rita had seen since her son was born. For weeks, she has dismissed the word sensation as fetish, but now fear gripped her heart like a vice. 5 years before, Rita and her husband, Jude, had prayed fervently for a child. After countless disappointments, their miracle finally came. Rita was pregnant. They chose to deliver at Save a Life Hospital, one of the best in the city. The head physician, Dr. Jane, was known for her skill with complicated pregnancies. But Rita's delivery was anything but smooth. Rita had lost a lot of blood, but Dr. Jane assured her that everything went well. She was never taught to ask about her placenta. The joy of holding her baby overshadowed all other concerns. However, 2 months later, the strange events began. At first, it was small things. A cold draft in Kamsi's room, despite the windows being shut. Faint whispers in the darkness. Jude dismissed her concerns, blaming exhaustion from sleepless nights. But one night, Rita saw a shadow figure towering at the foot of their bed. It didn't move, didn't speak, just stood there like a silent watcher. She shook Jude awake, but when he turned on the light, the figure vanished. Then Kamsi's health began to decline. His once rosy cheek turned pale. He cried inconsolable, and his tiny body grew weaker. Yet during the day, doctors insisted that he was perfectly healthy. Jude's initial disbelief turned to concern when he saw the toll it was taking on both his wife and child. When Rita suggested visiting Ezenwanyị, a local priestess known for solving spiritual mysteries, he reluctantly agreed. Ezenwanyị's hut was tucked away at the edge of the village, surrounded by ancient trees that seemed to whisper secrets of their own. The priestess, an elderly woman with piercing eyes, listened intently as Rita described the strange occurrence. When Rita mentioned the hospital, Ezenwanyị's expression darkened. "Did they give you your placenta after delivery?" the priestess asked. Rita hesitated, confused. "No, they said it was disposed of, according to the hospital's policy." Ezenwanyị's voice grew sharp. "Your placenta wasn't disposed of. It was taken. Someone is using it against you and your child." Rita felt the blood drain from her face. "What do you mean?" "To find out the truth, you must look beyond physical," Ezenwanyị said. Lighting herbs and chanting an ancient song, the smoke rose, forming shapes in the air. Rita's breath caught when she saw the unmistakable face of Dr. Jane. "She sold your placenta," Ezenwanyị said grimly. "It is in the hands of a powerful man. If you don't retrieve it and break the spiritual bond, your child will not survive." Fueled by anger and fear, Rita and Jude stormed into Save a Life Hospital the next morning. Dr. Jane greeted them with her usual calm demeanor, but Rita was shaking with fury. "Where is my placenta?" Rita demanded. Dr. Jane raised an eyebrow. "I don't know what you are talking about. As per hospital policy, it was disposed of." "We know you sold it," Jude shouted. "We are going to the hospital." Dr. Jane smirked, "Accuse me of whatever you like, but without evidence, your claims mean nothing." Defeated but determined, Rita and Jude went to the local police station. At first, Officer Femi dismissed their story as abused. You are accusing one of the most respected doctors in the city. Do you have a proof? But Rita's desperation moved him. If she's innocent, there is nothing to hide. Search the hospital. Officer Femi led a small team to investigate Save a Life Hospital. At first, everything seemed normal, but during questioning, a janitor revealed suspicious activities. Late at night, deliveries of coolers into unmarked van, overseen by Dr. Jane herself. Armed with a warrant, the officers searched the hospital thoroughly. Behind a locked door in the basement, they found a hidden refrigerator. The stench was overwhelming. Inside, they discovered jars labeled with names and dates, evidence of placentas being preserved and stored. One jar caught Rita's eye. May 18, it read, the date of Kamsi's birth. Tears streamed down her face as Officer Femi confirmed the unthinkable. Further investigation uncovered documents linking to Dr. Jane to Mark, a powerful politician rumored to use rituals to maintain his influence. Receipts and correspondence revealed that Dr. Jane had been selling placentas for years. Dr. Jane was arrested and the news shook the city. Women who had delivered at Save a Life Hospital came forward in horror, realizing they too might have been victims. Chief Mark fled the city but was eventually apprehended. Meanwhile, Ezewanyi performed a final ritual to sever the spiritual bond between the stolen placenta and Kamsi. As she chanted, a sudden gust of wind swept through the hut, extinguishing the candles. When the ritual ended, Rita felt an overwhelming sense of peace. Kamsi's health improved rapidly. The whispers ceased. The shadows disappeared, and the cold wind drafts were no more. Though life returned to normal, Rita couldn't forget how close she had come to losing her miracle. She became an advocate, warning other women about the importance of safeguarding their health and questioning everything. As she heard Kamsi close one evening, she whispered, "You are my miracle, and I will always protect you." The bond between mother and child has been tested by forces beyond understanding, but in the end, love and faith has triumphed.